We're at the point where I'm just like, what does my guy Kuzma have to do to get some respect? This guy is out here catching truth bombs from Chandler Parsons, for crying out loud. To quote Parsons, ignorance is bliss with him. He's got confidence, he thinks he's a star. I don't think he's ever going to be a 1 or 2 option on a championship team. I don't think he's going to be an all-star, but he's going to get paid. To be fair, I'm just being dramatic because this and the full quote really weren't that bad. It's just kind of funny how this is coming from Hall of Fame bag getter Chandler Parsons. At this point, my man is probably speaking from experience. Let's keep in mind that NBA insight is real. The same way that Parsons hype was real when everybody thought he was about to level up in Dallas, myself included. I was tight when the Rockets weren't able to retain him. Now, while we're on the topic of leveling up, PrizePicks just so happens to be the sponsor of today's video. The holidays are here, and what better way to celebrate than PrizePicks this holiday season? PrizePicks is giving back to their users with a new promo for each of the 12 days of Pickmas. From December 14th to Christmas Day, you can unlock a new promo and play along with me this holiday season. All you have to do is download the PrizePicks app and use code COOP to get your deposit instantly matched to start your Pickmas season off with an added gift from the PrizePicks team. One thing that I really love about PrizePicks is that you don't really have to risk much to win big. Just check out this glorious 6-pick flex that I just laid down. All I'm playing is $5 and I have the potential to win up to $125. Yeah, that's not too bad. Guys, don't forget to use code COOP and check out prizepicks.com/Pickmas nightly to see each promo unwrapped at midnight Eastern time. As of December 12th, the Wizards would be 1-9 in their last 10 games, with a losing streak that would eclipse 6 games, which if you're a Wizards fan might not be the worst thing. As we all know, this draft class is incredibly deep, and at the top, there are some big time home run hitters. There are some players at the top who have, and I emphasize, the potential to move net worths of entire franchises. At the very least, they'll be filling up seats. While the Wizards have consistently had solid draft position, they've refused to bottom out. I get wanting to be good, but sometimes picking really high is the best route to doing that. Now, I'm not saying that they have to pull a Sam Hinkie and start the process, which felt like it lasted decades, or even a Sam Presti, stockpiling more picks than Jameis threw in his 30 for 30 season. But at some point, you should see that what you're doing isn't working, and try to get yourself in better position to pick high-end talent. Guys, this team hasn't picked top 5 since 2013. In 2013, they would get Otto Porter, who looked really promising until he didn't. The year before that, they would pick top 3 and bring home Bradley Beal, the $251 million man. Now, not everything has gone terrible in Washington. While the Wizards have been stockpiling L's, forward Kuzma and big man Kristaps Porzingis have been looking as good as ever. You see, in LA, though Kuz will become part of a nasty hype machine, the truth is, while he was there, he was an absolute bucket until Anthony Davis would show up. Kuz would average 16.1 points as a rookie and 18.7 as a sophomore, but with LeBron James and Anthony Davis gobbling up usage and minutes at forward, it would take Kuz out of his freelance, greenlight, easy-going style of offense into a reduced role where different things will be asked of him. Things like spacing the floor, rebounding the basketball, being active as a cutter, and playing defense. Real what Giannis said to Serge Ibaka vibes.
Bro, I'm taking a nap, bro.
Oh, nap. It's okay. Oh, nap. It's okay. You're gonna go back to sleep again.
They have me drinking these crickets, the little tea.
You know what?
Get the out of here, man. I want to drink that.
I take it. You save it. You save it. You save it.
You're not the chef, not the artist. You're a role player, a rebounder, a screen setter. That's what you are. Bye.
Yeah, guys, basically a whole bunch of that. Now, when I'm not joking, I make some solid points. And my point here is, though Kuzma fit the big market flashy LA lifestyle, he would sacrifice individual stats on his way to his first championship. To quote Kuzma on his time in Washington, "I'm not playing behind LeBron and AD. Those guys are my position, who I am, my style. I don't have that anymore. Me, Brad, and KP, we do not get in each other's way." He also went on to say how he would rightfully have to take that back seat, but my point remains. Let's be real. Kuz probably wouldn't be averaging 21.4 points on 46.2% from the field, 7.7 rebounds, and 4.4 assists if he was in LA right now. But yet, that hasn't stopped the interest on LA's side according to these reports. According to Eric Pincus, the Lakers, Knicks, and Kings are teams to monitor when it comes to Kuzma's services. Now, I appreciate Kuzma's growth as much as the next guy, but I'm not really sold on him going to any of these teams. We already talked about LA, and though Kuzma was practically a king before that whole Los Angeles Lakers Kings trade fell apart, the Kings just drafted a guy that has a sort of similar playstyle to Kuzma. While it's not identical, there are some similarities that you could say would make things redundant. By the way, according to this, the Kings can't trade a first until 2028. This would be due to protections on their obligation to the Atlanta Hawks for Kevin Huerter. Now, this doesn't stop the Kings from moving different pieces in future picks. It's just something to note. Now, to take a brief glass half full approach, I guess he would be an upgrade over Barnes talent-wise, and though I do think he'd play well with Sabonis, especially if he's knocking down shots, the impact of Barnes in that locker room is invaluable. I guess you could say that I'm neutral and I kind of see both sides. Now let's talk about the Knicks. When it comes to Kuz joining the New York Knicks, it just wouldn't make any sense to me because it doesn't make them a lot better. Are they trading Randall in this scenario? What's happening to Obi? And if you want to play Kuzma at small forward in this scenario, are you really going to take Grimes out of the starting lineup after he's shown some real promise? The Knicks are another team that just kind of has to let some guys develop. I just don't think that they need another volume scorer, especially one that's not a bona fide star. Knicks fans are going to hate me for this, but if they load up on power forwards again, I'm not missing the game. Oddly enough, the Kyle Kuzma love would not stop with the New York Knicks. Apparently a ton of teams are interested. Earlier this month, Shams would report that the Atlanta Hawks and Phoenix Suns were also interested in Kuzma. In my opinion, the Hawks have a lot of good young wing talent, and rookie AJ Griffin has been exceeding expectations. Tough shooter, great athlete, good defense, incredibly young. Yeah, I love that guy's game. Admittedly, I'm a big-time Jalen Johnson fan also. According to Shams, the Wizards have shown interest in John Collins and seriously discussed a deal last offseason. Personally, I like John Collins as a buy low target for a contender. The thing is, the Wizards are not contenders. I'm just not sure a John Collins move does much for this team. Moving on to Phoenix, this is a team that I would actually like to see Kyle Kuzma on. I think Kyle Kuzma going to Phoenix makes a ton of sense, and I'm kind of mad that it hasn't happened yet. With Cam Johnson going down for an extended period of time, the Suns could use more forward depth, especially at the 4. At this moment for the Suns, he would be a huge upgrade talent-wise. Kuz can score, he can rebound, and he's proven that he can even defend if he locks in. When you think about the Suns, you think about a team that is probably going to be active around the trade deadline. You think about a team that is probably very disappointed about the way last season ended and wants to exhaust all options to make sure something like that doesn't happen again. This is a team that was trying to get the big fish this offseason in Kevin Durant, and I know it's apples to oranges, but I think I still have a valid point. The pressure to perform this season is on in Phoenix. Before I get too far ahead of myself, it's worth noting that Shams says that Tommy Shepard has made it clear that he views Kyle Kuzma as a cornerstone. If I'm a Wizards fan, I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this, because while I do like Kyle Kuzma, Tommy Shepard has shown that he's willing to hold on to players for too long and also overpay them if he has to. I'm still in disbelief that Bradley Beal got the contract that he got, along with the no trade clause. If you were going to sell Kuzma right now, you'd probably get a solid return for somebody who is on the last year of their contract. If you ask me, the Wizards should be looking towards the future, bearing some unforeseen monster move that catapults them into contention, which I guess I've seen weirder things happen. According to reports, Kuzma himself might already be looking towards the future, as Pincus says, according to an NBA source, he wants out, and not only does he want out, but he's also looking for over $20 million a season while playing in a big market or for a contender. When it comes to Kuzma, I'm definitely not trying to lose him for nothing. If I'm the Wizards and I sell as high as I can on Kuzma with 1 year remaining on his contract, then I also look into potentially selling high on Kristaps Porzingis, who has been balling this season. I know that some of the young players on the Wizards have struggles, and some fans think that there's no promise there. Personally, I think that there is hope. I think that coaching and development goes a long way. As we've discussed a lot throughout this video, system and fit can be very important. Do I think that Denny, Roy, or even Johnny Davis are as bad as some of their lows? There's just no way. I've seen what these guys can do. and they're very talented, but something is going to have to change. With that being said, it is incredibly early in JD's career, and I have not liked what I've seen so far. I'm as heartbroken as you Wizards fans, because this is somebody that I really liked coming into the draft. It's never easy to see a player get picked in the lottery and not show out in at least the G League. A lot of people have already given up on JD, and I'm not going to be one of them. If you follow this guy at all at Wisconsin, you would know that his work ethic was phenomenal. There were multiple reasons that he had such a drastic jump from his freshman to sophomore year in college, and one of them was his work ethic. Guys, let me know where you want Kuzma to go, and let me know what you think of everything down in the comments below. Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm GetLikeCoop, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.